Creating flashcards can be a really good way to revise and retrieve information once you understand it. By doing this regularly, we can make sure that knowledge sticks. When we create a flashcard, we could have one key term or concept on one side, and then the definition or other information that is good to use on the other. It's good to use different colors, as well as including little small pictures or images. Probably best not to write a question on one side and an answer on the other, because you want to be able to use both sides of the flashcard. So rather than writing "in what year did World War I begin," you could write "the start of World War I" and then 1914 on the other. When we use flashcards, it's important that we're testing ourselves. If we find that we're getting most of them wrong, it's a sign we need to go back and relearn. Target red. It's important we don't write too much on flashcards. Just key terms and facts is enough, written clearly so it can be read easily. Now, pause and have a go yourself at creating some flashcards. The next strategy to work on with retrieval is brain dump or mind map. This is based on the idea that trying to remember the content can help us to remember it better in the future. So the first thing to do is to write everything down you can remember about one area. This might be in a mind map, or it could be in a list. Then you check back and look at your knowledge organizer or revision notes or revision guide to see what you've managed to remember and what you've missed out. Then put the new things that you didn't recall first time in a different color. Sometimes you might be surprised at how much you do remember. At others, it might be an indicator that you need to go back and relearn. Let's try a brain dump together. Pause the video and have a go yourself at writing a list of everything from one topic. Then check it against your knowledge organizer. When we are creating a mind map, it's important that we do them clearly and in a way that can help us to recall the information in the future. This means that we structure our mind map, as you can see on the slide here, which is about how to create a mind map, with the key areas closer to the center. You have your paper arranged landscape, and the thicker lines towards the center are the main areas of the topic. The smaller lines radiating out are progressively more and more specific detail. It's nice to draw the lines curvy and thicker in the center and then less thick on the outside, and writing the words nice and clearly along the lines so they can be read. Focus on those key words with the big ideas in the middle written more clearly and in larger text, and the smaller, more specific concept out towards the edges. It's good to use little images and symbols to support your understanding in those areas, to show what things mean. And finally, use color to make it easy to understand. A mind map is all about reducing down the key content into certain areas. Why don't you pause the video now and have a go at producing one? So, when we've got topics that we are rating green, that means we feel confident about them. As always, this has to be based upon hard evidence. If we've tested ourselves and we're getting over 90% every time, or we've just completed some do now or activities for homework or in class and done really well in that area of the topic. So while these areas are not our priority, we do need to still keep looking at them. We keep focusing our attention on those red and amber areas of content, but green, it's good to go back every month or so and revisit it. That's how you make stuff stick. Go back over it a week or a month later to keep it fresh in your mind, to avoid it dropping out of your long-term memory. A good thing to do with areas that we feel confident in is to be flexible with them. Think about ways of understanding them in different ways. How can we connect it to other areas of the topic? When we look back through our materials, our mind maps, our flashcards, is there anything we would add or change? You might want to do a quick mind dump with one area that you think you're green on, just to check. Pause the video now and have a go at that. So, just to remind ourselves of where we've talked about organizing our content into topic lists. Then, ragging that content with the red areas of the topic that we need to relearn, amber we focus on retrieval, and then finally the green areas that we recap. The best recapping will not happen as frequently as the red and the amber topics, but at times it can be completed more quickly. And there's also where we can be a bit more flexible and have a bit more fun with the content, trying to put it into different formats or representing it in different ways. Once we are confident in our content and have been regularly reviewing it, we can then start to practice answers. Now, this means very different things in different subjects. For example, in history, it might be rewriting previous paragraphs or essays. In science, it might be answering questions. In maths, and in maths, everything is about practice. Practicing how to answer equations in a particular method. In languages, practice is also really important, just like it is in music and in practical PE. Practice in art might be practicing our skills in a particular way of drawing or painting. Practicing in technology would be practicing our skills in a particular way of designing or creating something. Practice is most effective when we know and understand what we're being asked to do. So, thank you for watching and good luck with your revision.